Hey guys, Chris again, classic VWBugs.com, and I wanted to do a quick video on this little guy that dropped on Bring a Trailer yesterday. The auction ended. This is a 1962 Euro Beetle, and it sold for about 29 grand. Not too bad, you know. This is a quote unquote, supposedly an original piece, unrestored example, and I just kind of wanted to go through this car with you guys and kind of see, what we're looking at here. At first glance, the pictures look great. I mean, the paint looks really good. So I'm saying to myself, this is probably a really low mileage car. And a lot of those low mile cars, like we see here, something like this '79 that ended on Mecum auctions, you can see this went for a hefty price tag of $71,000, and I think it had only had just a little over 1,500 miles on it. So pretty remarkable. This paint job does look very, very good. It's a very attractive paint. That isn't an original paint scheme that was on the Volkswagens towards the end. Very modern looking. I mean, you see a lot of cars today that have those colors. River blue metallic, really, really cool there. So when I came across this one, I'm sorry, the Euro 62. Interesting. What I love Euro models because the Euro models they're different, right? They're not bound for the United States and they have some quirks to them. So if you hear any snoring in the background, it is my little Yorkie that's in the back here taking a snooze. So I do apologize if you hear that. But this is a really cool example. This car was out of Laguna Beach, which is really awesome. That's a great place. I've been there before. What a beautiful area. When I went to the Treffen out there, which was really cool, and I met up with the RVA guys. What's nice about the European models is that they had cloth on their seats, the faces of their seats. And I thought this was pretty cool. The guy actually put plastic over the seats. And do you guys ever remember my grandmother, gosh, in Brooklyn, my Italian old school grandmother, Sicilian, go up into their home and go upstairs and all their furniture, well, not all their furniture, but like their chairs and their sofas all had this plastic on the seats. Oh my gosh. But I can see for this fella, with this car to preserve that car, that's pretty cool. So if we just scroll down and just kind of see, I think the 62, American bound Beetle, it would have been just an all, light gray, off-white piping seat. You wouldn't have had any of this kind of pattern on the seats. So it was interesting that the Euros kept the cloth for a long time, actually. And so still now here are some a rarity that's coming up right now, or it was already in a rare state, is the 40 horsepower stale air. So you had just a couple years of the 40 horsepower that kind of looks like 36 horsepower, but no fresh air tubes coming off the fan shroud. So it was still a stale air. And, finding parts for a stale air 40 horse is getting expensive and is getting a little tough to find. We're putting one together now on my shop. So heat boxes alone are pretty expensive for these, and they're a little different from the 36 horsepower heat boxes. 36 horse heat box will not fit on a 40 horse stale air. Now they're saying here 1192 cc. Okay, that's technically, I guess, right. 36 horsepower also said that. So they got videos and stuff. Paint looks really good. They do have rock chips in the front, and they do mention that here. But still, very well preserved vehicle. I gotta say, Now, they show on the odometer, if I get to that point here, I'll show you guys that I think it was only like 40, a little over 4,500 kilometers on the speedometer. And I thought if that was true, why did the car go for so much less? But they did state that this was probably clocked over. So at least they mentioned that. Because, a lot of times you'll see a car that's stated it's got, the 1,100 miles or 300 miles or whatever it may be. And what do they do? I mean, there's no documentation to back that up. Usually, a car like this, you want to see documentation. That is the gold standard, right? You want to see documentation and historical records. In the manual, wherever they got stamped, or whatever updates, or whatever service that the car ever had. They recorded all that stuff, and usually cars like this come from owners that do that due diligence, and that just makes it a ton. That sells it so much more. So, but very interesting. If anybody else knows about this car personally, yeah, leave it in the comment section below. To me, it never, I do see some spots on the body that look like it has some orange peel. I know factory had some orange peel, but it doesn't, I think I missed it in the description if this car was ever repainted. I don't think it ever was. I think this is original paint. So, but very cool year. Black is always a great, it's always the classic look, right? And I know black is tough to keep clean. That's a complaint that many people have with black. Um, but I love that pattern on the seats, man. I mean, that's just very cool, very different. Um, TMI does make a seat pattern that's kind of close. They do have this kind of vinyl that you can maybe do if you wanted to get this to kind of be a Euro spec look, which is pretty cool. But I can definitely tell the mats, the carpet, it's definitely all the goods, all the original stuff. Even the headliner, I mean, the headliner just shows it's got that wear to it. So something to point out, at least this car did do very well. Uh, Probably could have went for a little more, but 29, pretty good in the market today. If we do take a look at the market again, uh, in the past auctions that have been happening, I mean, look at everything's pretty much has been lower. If you put these dots, if you ever go back few years, they were doing a little bit better, but just take a quick look at these prices, and you can see that things are still kind of quiet. 59 convertible that ended last week, I believe, or on the 17th of February. Yeah, last week. Um, I thought this would have did a little bit better because any 50s convertible, very nice job. Everybody likes the convertibles. I mean, skirts could have been the color of the car, of course, but I guess they opted for the black. But this was a great example. I mean, that round horn ring, and it's got some accessories here that are pretty valuable, things like that on it. I thought this would have did a little bit better. So, but yeah, I mean, 62 Euro model. I love those Euro models. Someone was mentioning that the undercarriage of this car looks so clean that it almost looks like, yeah, they still have the Cosmoline on it. And the Cosmoline, was put on these vehicles when they were on the boat, going to whatever territory they had to go to for sale. So the Cosmoline stopped from, erosion or corrosion rather, on the vehicles when they're out at sea, the salt air. So pretty cool. I mean, it's actually very, very clean. I gotta say, and it looks great. Look at that bottom. Now, if this did clock over, and here's some of the documentation that they still have. This is always gold. I mean, everybody loves this. This is putting more proof into this car, and the claims that go into something like this when you're interested in buying something. So interesting. I like that. Tough to find these days when you see these records like this. But very, very cool. I definitely like that very, very much. And look at the old horsehair. I mean, the fact that old horsehair is not all ragged and brittling apart. I mean, they always brittled apart. So the smell in this car is going to take you back in time, right? This is very nice. So people like to see that kind of stuff. But so they did say it probably clocked over the mileage, right? Now, one of the arguments that people have, I mean, even look at the wiring, geez, everything looks really, really good there. So, I mean, look at the old speaker, man, in the right over here where I'm circling. Look at all that stuff, that sticky stuff that they put on there to keep that speaker there. They always that's a huge speaker, you know, very cool. And the way they keep that on, that was all factory stuff there, which is pretty cool. Um, so what I was getting at was the mileage, so since it's clocked over and say it doesn't have the real, I don't know, what did they say, 4,000? Let's see here. There you go, 4950. That's kilometers. I think that comes about, I don't know, about 3,700 miles or something. They said that clocked over. Okay, so you probably at least 100 and over 100,000 miles on the car. Now, you don't feel so bad driving it, as opposed to if you've really had 3,000 miles or 4,000 miles on the car. Do you devalue the car when you start taking it out on a trip? Are you afraid to take it out? But now with something like this, maybe you wouldn't feel so bad about taking it out, taking a tootle around town and putting some mileage on it. So very cool. I know some people might say, "Hey, there's no clamps on the hoses here." From what I understand, by factory, there were no clamps, guys. And clamps, the braided hose, the German braided hose, if you don't know, was designed so if you started to pull this off, it kind of acts like a Chinese handcuff and gets tight around the um, the end on the carb here that it goes over the tube. So that's kind of why they did not do clamps. Now people will talk about, oh, well, what about a fire? Yeah, of course we want the clamps on for safekeeping. But most fires that happened with a Volkswagen was not because these braided hoses failed. It's because if the car went into service to, say, a general mechanic in your area, and they replaced the hoses with American hoses, which are slightly off in size, slightly bigger, and did not put clamps on, that's usually how you got your fires. So it wasn't the braided hose. It was usually the American SAE hoses that would fail because they were not meant for the Volkswagen. Little tidbit there if you didn't know, but yeah, classic 40 horseman, 6 volt still. What I do like on the stale air is that you have the big fat cap distributor. Those are really cool. I got a bunch of those, and I like the look of those. It just screams vintage. So, and I'm seeing the breather hose here. It looks like it's the hose that goes towards the back or the back end of the engine, which would be more the front towards the front of the car. The tin that goes around the tranny bell housing would have a hole in it to breathe out, and this would go to the heat box actually and hook up there, as opposed to some of the other models that went straight down to the rearmost tin to breathe out, and then that would hook up to a tube. But some of these models, the breather hose here would go to the back tin that was over the tranny bell housing. Let's see where that's going. Yeah, it looks like it's going back there, or if it's just sitting there, I don't know. But yeah, very cool. Euro, all original. I guess they're still out there, guys. There's still people that have these cars in their garages, and it's something that could be found. It's not going to happen all the time. Original once is still a very gold thing for people. People would love an old original car, unmolested. So he's pointing to the connections here, it looks like, where the speedometer bolts up. So everything looks like it's dated 1161. So that's definitely 62 for sure. So that's a good thing. 61 would not have had a fuel gauge. So pretty cool, man. So guys, just wanted to point this out. I thought it was a really cool find to see on Bring a Trailer. Bring a Trailer is still a great site to really see what the market's doing. It's super popular right now, but it just goes to show that things are still could be strong with this market. Things I think we're going to rebound, and I think we're going to be okay. 30 grand, not bad for a car like that. That's unmolested. So very cool. Love to hear your thoughts, guys. Your comments. Please leave it in the comment section below, and Yeah, see you next time.